Chapter 1. Karen's crusade begins when I moved into Ridgewood Hills. I had no idea that a neighborhood watch could feel more like a dictatorship. The self-appointed HOA president, Karen Whitmore, was notorious for enforcing the rules with military precision, except she made most of those rules up herself. My trouble began the day I parked my blacked-out Jeep Wrangler in the driveway. Karen was immediately on my doorstep, arms crossed and clipboard in hand, claiming the vehicle was non-compliant and an eyesore due to its tinted windows and suspicious mods. I calmly explained it was a government-assigned vehicle, but Karen didn't care. "No off-road junk in my neighborhood," she barked. That's when I realized Karen wasn't just nosy, she was power-hungry. Chapter 2. The unauthorized lock cut. The next morning, I woke to find my heavy-duty lock on the backyard gate cut clean through. My Jeep, usually tucked behind the gate for security, was gone. I stood stunned, staring at the clean-cut chain on the pavement. A neighbor nervously approached and whispered that Karen had been seen earlier, fiddling with bolt cutters and walking off with a towing crew. She apparently told them the Jeep was abandoned property. My blood boiled. What Karen didn't know was that this Jeep was not only mine, it was registered to a multi-agency narcotics task force I worked with as a detective. And the onboard dashcam had captured everything, from Karen walking onto my property to giving the order to tow. Chapter 3. The call no HOA wants within 2 hours. I was on the phone with my captain, explaining the situation. He didn't just give me approval, he escalated it. A formal report was filed through the district attorney's office, and a city police unit was dispatched. Karen, still gloating about her victory at the HOA clubhouse, was caught off guard when 2 unmarked police vehicles pulled up in front of her house. She tried to play innocent, until officers informed her she had tampered with and unlawfully seized government property. Her smug expression evaporated. She began to argue, saying, "But it's just a Jeep." That's when Officer Hayes deadpanned, "Ma'am, that Jeep has helped dismantle 3 drug rings and is under federal surveillance." Karen turned pale. Chapter 4. The fallout at the clubhouse. Word spread like wildfire. HOA board members held an emergency meeting. Without Karen for once, as legal notices were pinned to the community bulletin board. Residents were shocked, many of them confessing they had been bullied or fined by Karen over trivial things like mailbox colors or lawn length. I attended the meeting and, for the first time, shared my full role as an undercover detective. The crowd erupted in stunned silence. "So that's why you're never at the barbecues," one neighbor muttered. Karen, meanwhile, was officially suspended pending investigation, but it didn't stop there. With the body cam footage, tow receipts, and witness statements, the city pressed criminal trespass and theft charges. Chapter 5. Courtroom justice. In court, Karen tried to play the victim. "I was just trying to keep the community safe," she cried. But the judge wasn't buying it, especially after reviewing the footage of her cutting the lock and instructing the tow truck operator to get that thing out of here before the owner sees. My legal team made it clear that tampering with federal property, even unknowingly, came with serious consequences. Karen was fined, ordered to pay restitution for the damage to the lock and Jeep, and sentenced to 200 hours of community service. Ironically, the same type of service she weaponized against others. Her smuggish reign had crumbled. Brick by brick. Chapter 6. A new sheriff in town with Karen stripped of her position and the HOA board restructured. Ridgewood Hills began to change. The new leadership focused on fairness, not power trips. Neighbors, once afraid to speak up, now greeted each other warmly, and I even got invited to the community BBQ I had long avoided. As for Karen, she moved out quietly 3 months later, unable to handle the shame of her fall from grace. And the Jeep? It's still with me, now proudly parked in the driveway with a custom plate that reads HOA down. Every time I pass that clubhouse, I smile. Sometimes justice doesn't wear a badge. It drives a black Jeep with federal clearance.